Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jason King, and welcome to my live stream. This is day 26 of 99 days of deeper embodiment. I'm just going to pause for a moment and wait for people to join. Wow, I have a lot of hair in my face today, and the sun is out. It's interesting doing these live streams. I've been traveling, and I'm staying at an Airbnb in Sedona, Arizona, right now, with some friends. It's a really nice spot. Although finding a place to do a live stream where the lighting is good and the internet works and all that jazz is fun. It's like, okay, where do I do it? So I'm doing it outside right now. I don't know if I can get you a good view of some of the rocks. There they are. Oh, take a look. Awesome. Yeah, maybe I can do it facing that way. Cool. Yeah, that kind of works. Awesome. But then my eyes are like in the light. Oh man. Okay. So let's just tune in and feel into what wants to be spoken today on day 26. Nothing wants to be spoken at the moment. Just silence. So we're just going to sit here. I'm going to sit here with you until something wants to be spoken. So just feel into the body and just tune into the space of this satsang container, deeper embodiment. Just get in touch with your body, feeling into the body very deeply, scanning the sensations in the body. Hi, Lane. Nice to see you here. Thank you for the green heart. I love it. I love green. So you can hear the wind chimes that are over there. Just get into the peace of just being present. Just being present here now. A large part of embodiment is just finding room in your life to be present. To be present with whatever is here, whatever thoughts are here, whatever sensations, whatever emotions, doesn't matter. Just finding stillness with whatever is arising. So it can be really useful to work some time for presence into your life through some sort of practice. However, we can be present as we are, as presence is, in any moment. We don't need a special occasion to be present. We don't need a special place to be present. In any moment. And as soon as we drop into the moment, as soon as we drop into presence, we're being as we are. Always, always presence. Here, now. There's many ways to speak about presence, what is. Oftentimes, the word that we use is the divine, or God. As we go deeper into presence, this is where we get in touch with angels and celestial beings, beings that exist in those frequencies of light, those frequencies of presence, those frequencies of mind. And so it doesn't matter how we speak about it, actually. It just matters that we can touch it. If I use the words divine, that might work for someone to bring them to this moment, to bring them into presence here and now. And it might not work for you, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I remember doing healings in the jungle with plant medicine. And so a large part of healing is really going into the body, which is the mind, and seeing where there is an idea, an emotion, a trauma that is creating a distortion within the mind body system, and liberating that. And so the liberation would be usually bringing forgiveness in, usually bringing uh, whoever needs the forgiveness in, and coordinating that forgiveness between those two ideas. Say, for instance, if there's an idea that my father did something to me, and I can see that within the mind. I can see that that idea is creating a distortion in the energy field of that individual, and that distortion is causing the symptom of cancer, perhaps prostate cancer. And so looking into the body and seeing, oh, look, there is an idea here that there's a father who hit me as a child and who didn't love me. And so coordinating the forgiveness of that father will liberate that energy in that individual. And so in liberating that energy, then the body would begin to function normally again. And the symptom would dissolve. And so this is something that a jungle healer can do in song. And not just a jungle healer, but any healer that's adept at looking into the body and singing a distortion out of the energy field of that mind. At the lower frequencies, where we could say the beings are less embodied, then there's tools that are used to assist with this, such as plant medicines. And so when we're working with plant medicines, this tells us that there actually is less embodiment because the body itself is vibrating at denser frequencies. And so at denser frequencies, there needs to be some sort of assistance, like a plant, to connect with your own source connection and be able to manage those frequencies to sing out and go into the mind and clear out those sorts of distortions. However, as the body lightens and as the frequency of the body lightens, then those sorts of tools, which are actually we're giving our power to, we are saying, okay, well, here I am. I've empowered a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas are taking up the energy of my focus, the energy of my awareness, the energy of my mind. And so, in order to connect with what I always am, then I need some sort of a plant or substance. As the body lightens and as the field of the body lightens and as the body empties of ideas, then no plant is needed. It's very easy to just connect with the presence that is here and now. And so this is when your own self-healing abilities kick in. Your own self-healing abilities kick in when you have enough space within your body, within your own mind. And I'm using body mind to indicate that they are the same. The body is just an idea within your mind. Many, many ideas in reality. The ideas of a timeline, the ideas of a history of the body. And so the lighter the body is, the more you are embodied as a source creator yourself, as yourself, the more your own self-healing abilities kick in. And those self-healing abilities are the ability to feel into your body and even see within your body and recognize the ideas that are there, the ideas that are showing up. So using your own consciousness, your own awareness to move within the space of your body and recognizing the ideas that are within your body that are creating symptoms. Now, the deeper one goes with this, the more that the collective ideas come up. So initially, it will be dredging and clearing the charges and the emotions and the ideas related to the timeline of your life from birth until now. Now, in many traditions, this is referred to as karma. And what is that? What is karma? No one knows. No one has a clear idea of what karma is. Everyone has an idea about what karma is, but they don't really know what it is because that's the way the mind is. It's like, oh, I heard about karma. Someone told me what karma is. I think I have an idea about what karma is. Yeah, I think I know what karma is. And the mind latches onto that. Oh, I read in a book what karma is. I read in a teaching from my teacher what karma is. But there's no direct experience of karma. There's no direct understanding of karma, how karma operates, and how karma works. So it's not something that can really be spoken about. The only thing that's being spoken about is what was read or what was heard, and that's not actually useful. What is useful is that you gain your own understanding. You gain your own direct experience of what this actually is. And so the way that I'm going to explain it here and now is to support you and assist you and point you in the direction of gaining your own understanding rather than relying on mine or rather than relying on something that you read in the yoga training manual. So karma, from my experience, is when I am moving through my life and there is an idea attached to an emotional charge that shows up, and I do not recognize it in the moment. I do not recognize it, feel it all the way through, speak to it, and allow it to dissolve. And so when I do not recognize it in the moment, then this creates history. This creates a memory where there was a time that I felt something related to someone else, related to what someone else did, related to what someone else said, related to something that happened, whether that be some traumatic event in my life. And I was not able to feel it all the way through my heart and my nervous system at that time. So this creates an energetic imprint, and this is what is experienced as karma. And so then I end up with a habitual pattern of looping through that emotional charge. And so when you gain the ability to move throughout your body with your own consciousness, and that ability can come through some sort of experience with a drug or a substance. However, that I don't personally recommend that today because there's much better ways of doing it. My experience with using plants is that it can be very disruptive and difficult to integrate. It has a long, long integration process. That's my experience. It's taken me a long time and it's cost me a lot personally. Yeah, so there's easier ways. You know, I've spoken about insight meditation in the past here before. Highly recommended, although the mind is going to say, no, I don't like that. It's boring. Okay, wonderful. Find another way that's more exciting. There's no wrong way. The whole idea is to be able to gain the ability to move within your own consciousness with awareness, to become more aware of what is here now. See it, recognize it, without moving into some idea around it, moving into some imagination or projection around it. Okay, I'm feeling uncomfortability in my body. Let me be with that. Let's feel that. If it's too uncomfortable, then okay, let me do something to make myself more comfortable so that I can be with it. Sometimes that's a reality. Sometimes it's too uncomfortable to feel without adjusting yourself some way, without, getting a massage or using a massage wand or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The idea is to not move into trying to numb it or change it in a major way. Because when you're numbing it, taking pain pills or however way you're numbing it, alcohol, some sort of substance to run away from it, then you're not integrating it. Then you're not embodying. But if it is too much to feel, and it's coming up, and you need someone to hold space for you, then reach out and get a session. Have someone that has space to hold for you to hold space for you, or do whatever is necessary so that you can meet that within yourself. Gain more awareness around it. We generate more or a backlog of charges and ideas to feel through when we end up reacting. So, say for instance, someone says something to me and I feel an emotional charge in my body related to it. And then rather than being able to feel that in the moment all the way through, I move into some sort of reaction around it. And perhaps there is a trauma there. And that trauma is coming up. And I react to that person as if they were the person that is related to that trauma. So I'm projecting that trauma on someone else. And I'm reacting. Okay. So if I don't have the ability to see that and move through it and process it, maybe at a later date, then I'm just adding more, accumulating more ideas to feel through later on. And so this ends up building like a quantum eddy within me, within the structure of my emotional body. And so this quantum eddy, every single time I hit it, then the charge is stronger. And then there's less ability to meet it. There's less embodiment, there's less presence, there's less awareness. So then it becomes more important to stop, find stillness, sit with what is being felt, come back into the moment so that it can be felt fully. And when we're very busy, when there's a lot of ideas coming up, for example, when we're traveling, like I've been doing, then there's a lot coming up because that's just the nature of busyness. Then it becomes even more critical to find space, find stillness, to be able to meet everything that's coming up. It never stops arising because if it were to stop arising, then we would be dead. There would be no body. So part of having a body is that there's always more need. There is a continuous flow of ideas. There's a continuous flow to meet every single day. And if I'm not meeting the full day worth of what we might call data, the stream of data that is coming through my consciousness, that's when a backlog is created. And when a backlog is created, then it becomes more difficult every day to meet the day. That's when it becomes difficult to get out of bed. That's when we move into ideas of of being worthless. That's when we move into ideas of not wanting to live anymore. These are when the thoughts become very, very difficult to be with because we haven't been meeting the full day every single day. There's a backlog created. Or, for example, if we're not meeting our own day, but we're always helping others and holding space for others, then we're not taking care of ourselves and we're helping others beyond our capacity, and that also creates a backlog. You see. So embodiment is all about meeting what is here and being with what is here. And the more capacity that I have to meet what is here and be with what is here in the moment, the deeper I embody. The more presence I have within my mind body system, the less identified with thoughts I am, the more stillness and emptiness there is within me. So, a great way to make sure that there isn't a backlog created is to have a container practice. Whether that container practice is meditate for a half an hour in the morning and in the evening, perhaps do some singing that brings you into the body as you're singing, perhaps some movement practice. These are the tools that help us to get into the body and feel what's there. And so, if the tools that we're using are not designed to help us get into the body and feel what's there and really be with it, then the tool isn't effective. So, we really need a savvy understanding of how to embody from our own direct experience in order to be able to evaluate whether a tool is effective for us or not. For example, if I just sing any mantra that comes to me through the internet, maybe, I just Google YouTube and start looking for any mantra. If that mantra isn't working for me to get into my body and to really feel what's there, then that's not an effective tool for me. Like I mentioned earlier, some people in their mind, Jesus works for them. There is a reference point for that. And other people, it doesn't. There's no there's no reference point. There's no way to touch it. So in some minds, there will be a reference point, an ancestral lineage, where a specific mantra may work, and in other minds that may not. And so there is an intuitive way of discovering what practices work for you when you really have a savvy understanding that the idea of any practice is to be able to get into the body and to be present with what is there. To be able to move your consciousness fluidly throughout the body, all parts of the body, without judgment. The ability to be present with whatever is there, whatever shows up, and meet it fully. So, any tool that you use now, as you gain the direct experience of being with you, with the recognition that the entire point is to be more present, now you have the ability to evaluate whether a tool works for you or not. And this is giving you back your power, because I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what tool to use, because I could never know. I can simply reference tools that I've used, but I can't know what will work for you. I can feel deeply into your mind and into your consciousness and perhaps intuit what tools may work for you. However, it's really up to you to take your power back and to begin to consciously embody. I'm not interested in taking your power and doing it for you, because that doesn't work. I'm interested in equipping you from my own experience so that you can do it yourself. So that we can all be playing on a level playing field with awareness. Because then it's more fun. So for the next few minutes, I just invite you to just come deeper into this space, deeper into presence here with me. No, nothing to talk about, nothing to think about, nothing to discuss. Simply be here, feeling whatever is here, allowing it to be here. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Any thought that comes up is okay. Any sensation that you feel is okay. Simply notice that you're watching it all, always. And that no matter what is here, you are aware. You're always here. You're always now. If you're feeling heaviness, that's okay. If you're feeling light and happy, that's okay too. It's all part of you. If you're feeling anger or sadness, it's okay. It's part of you too. If you're feeling happy and excited, that's okay too. Simply get a sense of this here-ness, a sense of this nowness. Because this is what gives us the ability to deeper embody. Thank you for joining, and I will see you tomorrow for day 27. Right.